What is up, Keller Williams agents? It is me, Sam Jackson, the Director of Innovation Technology for the amazing Georgia Legacy Group and your host of In Command with Sam. And today, we're going to jump in today's video with DocuSign. So I'm going to show you a couple of new things that we've implemented here at the Georgia Legacy Group. The first thing is thank you so much to Christina Rotolo from the Peters Company for helping us out with our forms. I appreciate you so much. But I'm going to show you, Christina spent the last couple of weeks working on the forms, getting those into Command for us. They're all pre-made and ready to go for each market center. So I'm going to show you in this episode how to get to those forms that you can now use for your templates in Command. Now, I'm going to be using Laura Donna's login and her account in DocuSign. So you're going to see the North Atlanta forms, but know that it works the same exact way for Chattahoochee North as well as Roswell. So if you like today's video, please give it a big thumbs up. That helps me get a little bit more SEO on YouTube so more people can find my videos. And as always, if you like something, please go ahead and subscribe so you can get alerts from all of the new content that I'm going to be putting out here on DocuSign today. Thanks for watching and enjoy it and stay in command. Thanks. All right, GLGers, welcome to the section of the video in which we actually get into the how part of this. We're going to jump right into Command and DocuSign to show you how to get these wonderful templates that we now have available at your fingertips. So the goal here is that we're just going to get to DocuSign. So I'm going to show you two ways. You can go the way that you're used to just by clicking on one of your opportunities or clicking on your contact. So for today's example, we're going to go ahead and use our good old buddy that everyone loved growing up, Mickey the Mouse. So I'm going to go to Mickey Mouse. I'm going to go to his opportunity for 123 Walnut, jump over to Documents, and go to Transaction. That's way number one to get into DocuSign. The other way, and this is the way that you guys know here, is kind of getting into here. You're in the room, you're good to go. The other way, and the way that's going to be really helpful for today, is just go to DocuSign.com. To go directly to DocuSign.com, log in with the same DocuSign account that you used for your Command connection. So I know a lot of you have multiple DocuSign accounts. And then I'm in here. So you'll notice that there's a little bit of a difference on the page I'm on now and the page I was on before accessing through Command. Command takes you through the side of DocuSign, which is called DocuSign Rooms. There is a separate portion of DocuSign that you may or may not have discovered yet called e-signature. E-signature is the part where you can play around and create templates or share templates, mess around with some forms and create those for better use in the future. And so way to get there is if you went through Command, you would just click on your initials in the top right-hand corner and switch from Rooms to e-signature and vice versa. If I needed to go back to my Rooms, I switch to Rooms. I go here. Looks familiar. Click on my initials, switch to e-signature. This will take me to the spot that we need to get our templates. So for today's session, you want to click on e-signature. Now, we want to go to the top. We have Home, Manage Templates, and we're going to stop right there. We want to go on our Templates button. And you'll see here probably a blank screen. You shouldn't really have anything in here unless you've played around in the past. But you'll notice that what's blank is My Templates. What we're going to get access to today is templates that have been shared with you. So again, special, huge kudos. I am so unbelievably grateful for the ultra dependable Christina Rotolo with the Peters Company TPC. I just appreciate her like none other. She not only went through 181 forms 3 times over and mapped them out, but she got those done in an amazing record time. So thank you, Christina. If you watch this video, I appreciate you so much. And if you see Christina, please give her a huge virtual hug or virtual high five. But we're going to go into Shared with Me. And you should see each of these forms that are shared from the Market Center to you. Now, I'm logged in as Laura Donna, who is the team leader for the North Atlanta office. So right now I'm seeing forms underneath the owner of North Fulton service account. So that's the North Atlanta office. If you belong to Chat North, you'll see Chat North. If you belong to Roswell, you'll see Roswell. If you're by chance watching this video and you don't belong to the GLG, if set up correctly, you should see your Market Center's name underneath the ownership tab here. Now, for whatever instance, we do have a couple Keller Williams Elite Realty Service accounts in here. In the future, this may change as well. There may be some other folks, but the great leaders at this market center just kind of set this up the wrong way, and they shared it with everybody. So just feel free to ignore these two here. Don't worry about those. Now, what you do see is a bunch of templated folders that include several documents. So underneath, listing disclosure, purchase and sale, tenant brokerage agreement, this is a folder that consists of all of the documents that you'll need specifically for that task. So for example, if I were to go into purchase and sale, I would see 18 separate documents underneath this tab. It doesn't tell you anywhere. I just happen to know that, but I'll show you how I know that. But what you'll want to do is you don't really want to work off the shared with me page. What you want to do is take a copy and put it into your own templates up here in the top. So I'll show you how to do that. The best thing to do is just click on where you see purchase and sale. Over here on the right hand side, if this is the folder that I want to copy, I'm going to click on the down arrow and click create a copy. Now when I click on this, I've clicked it. It takes a couple seconds. It's taking 18 different documents, copying them, and it's taking all that mapping and copying. So there's about probably 1,000 fields that are being loaded right now all at once. That's why it takes a few seconds here. So don't stress. It's pretty normal if your page takes a couple minutes to load. So you'll see here's the 18 documents that I was talking about. But the most important thing you want to do is come up here, first things first, and just rename it. So this would just be Sam's purchase and sale. That's what I'm going to do for all mine. I'm just going to put my name in front of them, not to make it confusing. So Sam's purchase and sale, and this is for residential specifically. Now I have all of my documents in here. So you see I have my purchase and sale, special stipulations, conventional loans, all cash, FHA. You can feel free to leave these in here, even if you never do a VA loan. Maybe there's an instance that you'll need it in the future. I'd recommend leaving it. You can delete it whenever we go to send it off to our clients if it's not necessary at that time. But as far as the template goes, I'd recommend probably just leave them here on this screen. But yeah, leave purchase and sale. Go ahead and rename it to whatever you want to in front of it. You can describe it if you want to. Get rid of a form or two if you need it. Like you may not need a lease purchase sale. And if you want to get rid of it, just click the X. Oops, get rid of the X. It's going to ask you to confirm. That one's gone. That one's gone. And those are gone. My two leasing documents aren't in here anymore. Now, what I highly recommend doing is not touching where it says add recipients to the envelope. So this will just completely mess up the mapping that's been created for you. Leave this as is. We can change this within an envelope. This is really just the place where we're going to prepare our forms with certain content. Do not mess with these roles. It will create more of a headache for you. Just feel free to leave these as they are. Don't touch them. But you can go in and change your email subject. So, you can leave as offer documents, but you may want to give yourself a guideline that says something like last name, address, and then type of docs. I would use a consistent format. That way there, whenever you go to create the actual envelope to send later, this will be a reminder of, the format that you should put in here consistently. And then an email message would be always like, please review, comma, then sign. Please let me know if you have any questions. If I could type. And we're going to go ahead and click the next button up here in the top right, or in the bottom. Now, this will show you all of the different roles and the information that's typically filled out by that person. So in the top left-hand corner, you can see that we have buyer's agent is yellow, buyer 1 is blue, buyer 2 is purple. And then you'll see mostly on this purchase and sale, this is all pretty much the buyer's agent to fill out. And then over on the right-hand side, you can see a little preview. These little tabs tell you if there's something that that person or that role needs to fill out. So over here on page 1, all 3 people on this this particular form need to fill out something. So if I scroll down, you'll see mostly me as the buyer's agent, but also a signature for buyer 1 and buyer 2, right? On the right-hand side, I see pages 2 through 6 have nothing, so I can skip through there. There's nothing I need to fill in. Page 7 is something that I need to fill out as the buyer's agent. Page 8, something that we all need to fill out. Now, if there's something consistently that you're typing in, so a great example here would be like licensee's telephone number, or the licensee's, the actual Georgia real estate license. Part of working these templates is your opportunity to fill in this text consistently, so you'll never have to type this in again. So if your license number is 123456789, this will be saved forever as 123456789. This field will be mapped out to where I don't have to change that. Same thing with phone number. I can come in here and change that and make sure that I don't have to go in and re-enter this information over and over again. Just how this fax number is already preloaded for us. Email address, same thing. I can do this for me. Oh, just trying to click a lot. So that one didn't really work for me. So what I can do is just click delete. It's probably mapped this way, but I can just go ahead and type in text, pull that over, and I can type in, geez, okay. Now, if I want to, I can make that bigger. I can play with the formatting. If you want it to be a certain size, you can absolutely manipulate that as you need to. Make it size 12, bring that out, too big, take it back to 10. That's better. Drop it down, make it fit the line. And we're good to go. So now, every single time that I use my template in the future on the purchase and sale agreement, this information that I typed in will be here all the time. So if you find yourself as someone who's constantly re-entering that information, or if you're constantly retyping certain steps or other things like that, you can go ahead and just type it in now. So Realtor membership, that'd be one of them. Probably can't abbreviate, but Georgia Association of Realtors. And you're good to go. So now I'll just click save and close, and that one will be done there. Now, I skipped ahead. You probably want to do that for all of your forms. I did it for just the purchase and sale agreement, but you'd want to go through every single document and kind of look at those. But let me kind of fast forward through here so that we're not spending time with data entry. But now that I've saved that, I'm going to go into my templates, and you'll see Sam's purchase and sale residential. This is the one that I just edited. Now, here's the tricky thing. When I click on this, you have to trust the process a little bit. When I look at the document, so I edited the purchase and sale agreement. Was that page? It was the last page, right? When I look at the last page, I had to enter in like my license number, the licensee phone number, my affiliation, my membership. It's not showing in the preview, and it won't. But trust me, when you go to send this out at the very last second, that information will fill in as long as you did it on that last edit screen that we were on. Trust the process, it will go there, but you will not see it fill in on the previews for whatever reason. I know it's a little bit scary, but you have to trust it a little bit. But that's how you see it here. But let me go back to my templates now. So my purchase and sale agreement is done. Let's just say I finished it out. I got all the text in that I normally type in. This is ready for me to use. It lives underneath my templates. So now, let's just say that I'm in Command and I want to send this out to a client. I want to send it out to Mickey Mouse. I'll just go click on my name in the top right-hand corner, and I will switch to rooms. So it'll take a second to load. I'll jump into my room for Mickey Mouse. And I've played around a lot in here, so you'll see a lot of documents and envelopes. So what I want to do now is, as always, make sure your details are filled out here, but click on the envelopes button. You'll see that I've been playing a lot. But I'm going to click on new for new envelope. This will take me here, so I can name the envelope. So this would be the same format, mouse 123 walnut. And then this would be purchase and sale. And I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And I'm going to use this as my email subject as well, just for consistency. Okay. And now, though, it says add documents to envelope. instead of adding documents one by one or pulling them from a room, now I get to use this button that says use a template, and I can use my templates. So underneath my templates, it says purchase and sale. This is the one that I edited. I'll just bring it in. And again, it's bringing in all 18 documents. Or excuse me, probably 16 because I deleted a few. Going to go ahead and pause this while it loads. Okay, and we're back. It took a second to load. But now you'll see all of my documents in here. So yeah, I had 16. So originally there were 18. I deleted a couple of the leasing ones. But let's just say that there were some of these forms, again, you weren't going to use, but you wanted to bring them in. So purchase and sale, special steps, conventional loan, which means that I can get rid of my cash, my FHA, and my VA. Now I just delete them. We're only going to include the forms that we need now in the envelope. And again, that won't mess up my template because we've already saved my template somewhere else. This is only using the forms that we need for this particular envelope. It's not a condo purchase, so I'm going to get rid of that. Lead-based paint, you know, some of these things that are often used but not always, you're just going to get rid of all of them. You're going to get this down to just the forms that you need, particularly for this person, this client. Backup offer, not relevant right now. Remove. And then, you know, you're going to keep doing this. But once you're happy with it, you have only the documents you need. They're all bundled up. They're all tied together here in this envelope. Now I'm going to click Add Recipient. I'm going to use pre-tagged roles. Again, this is why it's super important whenever we're copying and pasting and editing that template. We don't want to mess with the roles because they'll mess with the mapping and the functionality here. So if you screwed that up or if you messed that up, it's going to impact what happens here. But this is super easy. So now I'm just going to grab buyer's agent. That's me. I'm logged in as Loredana. Buyer 1, that's Mickey Mouse. Buyer 2, that's Minnie Mouse. And then I'm going to click Add Selected. It takes a second to load for whatever reason, but it's in here. Now, one of the things that I want to point out too, and this is very different from .loop, you'll see that Mickey and Minnie both have the same email address. And this works. I know that was one of the issues that we had with .loop is that spouses needed separated email addresses, and there were some instances in which you had to literally teach people how to go get a separate Google email or whatever the case may be. What will happen is I will send, or DocuSign will send 2 emails, one to Mickey Mouse at this email address and one to Minnie at this one, and they'll sign each of those separately from the same email address, which is good. So you're good to go there. Just know you can also add recipients through email addresses. So if you needed to throw a closing attorney or somebody else on here to get a copy, you can do that as well. The other thing to pay attention to here is the rounds. So over here on the left-hand side, this represents the rounds. So for example, if the majority of the purchase and sale agreement is something that you need to fill out, I would put yourself as 1 and the buyers as 2. And then your closing attorney, your closing attorney is round 3. So the way this would work would be round 1 would be that myself, Loredana in this case is the agent, would get the documents and I would have to fill all the information out. Oops, sorry, I realized that Minnie is in the wrong one. Oops, I'm sorry, clicking too much. All right, so the way this works is round 1, the buyer's agent, I would get the forms first, and I can fill out all that information that I need to. So, filling out the purchase and sale agreement. Round 2, once I'm completed, once everything in round 1 is completed, round 2, both Minnie and Mickey, I got this all walked up. Mickey Mouse is buyer 1, buyer 2. Oh my gosh. All right, Loredana. Round 1, buyer 1 and buyer 2. They're both going at the same time. Okay. All right. Whew. That happens sometimes. Order may be empty. We got the order right. So Loredana, the buyer's agent, can fill out what she needs to. Buyer 1 and buyer 2, even though these are backwards, it doesn't really matter because they're going to get the documents the same time that buyer's agent is done. So the second I fill out the forms and I send them as the buyer agent, DocuSign will send it out to Minnie and Mickey. They'll get it simultaneously and they'll have to fill out the information. And then let's just say that you need to include round 3 from an email address. I would include the closing attorney. I would put their actual name in here. Put in their email address. You just make sure that you change their action or activity from needs to sign. Oops, it's calling me out on my bad email. Make sure you change their activity from needs to sign to receives a copy. And then that should work, no problem there. And if you need to delete them, you can just get rid of them. They're gone. Now, your email is pretty much bundled up. Again, you'd probably want to have that same message as before as, please call me to review and sign. And then from there, we're going to click next. And then now you'll see my template will come to life. So where I had entered that information before, I think that was on page 8 of my purchase and sale agreement. That information I filled in before, so I probably should have added my name, but my license number, my telephone number, my email address, my association to the board, that fed in at the last moment. It didn't show up on our previews before, but in the envelope itself, it will fill in. So trust that process a little bit. But when you get this envelope, you just want to make sure that the stuff is accurate. If there's something you need to fill in, you could type it in here now if you wanted to. If not, if you remember the signing order, you were number 1 as the buyer's agent because we set it up that way. You would be the first person to fill out this information anywho. So you can either do it from here or just get sent the prompt from DocuSign itself. Doesn't really matter. It's going to be different from form to form, situation to situation, and business to business. You can set up whatever way you need to from the order, but just know you can come in here and type on these boxes all at the last second if you need to. Coming Forsyth. Georgia's already in there. Zip code 30041. And now that will be sticky. They'll go out the way I need to. But if there's any discrepancy, I will be the first person to catch it because once I hit send, I will receive this as an agent because I'm the first person that buying order. But yeah, go through each of these. All of them would be in place here. All of the docs that we didn't go over, they're all in here. Again, I don't want this to be a 3-hour long video, but just know that you can spend your time editing each of these forms and updating that information as you need to. But now you should be good. You should know how to receive the templates, how to edit them, how to get them ready and unique for each of your accounts and your profiles. So let me know if this was helpful. And as always, if you can, please give a big thumbs up on this video if you found it helpful. And I'll be putting out a ton of more DocuSign material now that we have these into the Georgia Legacy Group and to all of our DocuSign accounts. So if you want more training on DocuSign, please click the subscribe button, and you'll get some more information and a notification and email every time I do some more DocuSign videos. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay in command. Thank yous.